with us. Thank you, sir. Please listen, be edified, and be blessed. It will really help you build faith and conviction. Thank you, sir. And then I might be running commentary, like Apostle Roman used to say. When I'm running commentary, that means when it's done, I ask 1 or 2 questions for our own benefits. Okay? Thank you, sir.
Praise the Lord. Praise the living Jesus. Okay, my name is Okwemipo Nipe, and I was born in a Muslim family. I went to Arabic school and I did my graduation in Arabic school. But my mom was a pastor in Redeem, so we normally have issue when it comes to church or no church. But my real journey started with God 2012, and then my marriage was still very, very young then. So I told my wife that this is what the Lord is saying. He asked us to leave K2 and relocate to Badagry, of which I've never been there before. So I and my wife, we decided to pay a visit to that area, 2013. So when we pay a visit there, unfortunately for us, we have a friend who stays very close to Seme border. So we have to pass through Badagry to reach this place. So when we get to there, my wife said, me, I cannot come and stay here with you. So if God is sending you here, it's you. So you leave us where we are. You come and be doing the work. So we were unable to relocate that year because she was not in support of it. So at the end of that year, December now, we went out as couples now with children. So we went out. In fact, I spent what I had then just to catch form for the season. Then on the 1st of January 2014, the Lord told me, he said, I want you to relocate to that place this week. He said, and if you refuse to go, you will not like the outcome. So as at then, I was with my spiritual father. So I went to meet him and tell him. He said, what God is saying is true, that I should relocate there. We don't have money to rent house. There was nothing because I have emptied my account during the season just for us to do bobo. So there was no money to rent house. There was nothing. In fact, as at that time, I've relocated from my father's place. So I was just with my spiritual father. My wife is in her parents' place with the kids while we are still trying to sort out things. And he said we should move there. So the only thing he did was he asked me to kneel down and he prayed for me. And I took a journey down to Badagry that day. Getting to Badagry, I don't know where I was going, but I got to a particular place. As I was rolling, moving around, that was how I jammed one of my uncle, who happens to be the last born of my mother's. So when I got there, when I saw him, we started talking. He took me to his place. He was staying in one room with his wife and kids. So when we talk now, I said, okay, God is sending me here. He said, oh yeah, you can come now. I said, but well. So we went to look for house, checked house. The house was very cheap, but there was no money. So I came back. The Lord said, pack your bag and go there. So on the 3rd of January, carry Ghana must go. One Ghana must go. Me, my wife, and 2 kids. That's how we relocated to Badagry. When we get there, we were escorting with him in one room. So in the night, I will sleep outside with him. So the 2 wives and the kids will sleep inside. And this was the life I find myself living in Badagry. There was no communication. There was no phone. So everything I had has gone. Everything. Because when he asked me to leave my father's place, I had to sell most of my properties. Sold everything. There was nothing left. So it got to a point, there was a day I was praying and I was crying. I said, Lord, must I have to lose everything because I want to follow you? Then he asked me, he said, all these things you get, can you point out one that you can tell me that you get it without corny ways? That this one, so they came in a good platform. I was silent. He said that's why he has to go, so that the one I will give to you, it will come on a good platform and they will stay forever. So the journey started. For 3 years I was not working. My children were not going to school. In fact, there are times I will go and do labor job. After I carry bricklayer and everything, I will still carry megaphone very early in the morning, and I will be going up and down, shouting, doing morning cry. And so my wife will always fresh water for these people that used to build house. 1 drum 500, 1 drum 500. So this is the life we started living. But we just believe that God is taking us somewhere, and we have a spiritual father who always guides us. Even when we are being discouraged, he will call, he will talk to us. There are times we will go and meet him. So that's how the journey has been.